time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. A show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s from around the world. I'm Mosette, and here's your host, and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Well, hello there, and welcome to episode 903 of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. It's the 2021 preseason recap edition as the Seahawks get ready to recap the 2021 preseason, and we will do that as well. So please put your tray tables up, put your seats back in the full upright position, settle in with a desired scent or beverage of your choice. And what can I tell you? From this point on, they all for realsies. So, and we are for realsies, believe it or not. So we are so glad to be back here for our 203rd episode. And look at the new layout. Trying something new, trying something crazy, something nutty. And we are going to try to zoom, at least this episode. Below me, you see, is Will Harrison.
And no boom.
What we'll do is boom, boom, boom. Will Harrison, who apparently had a little bit of a hair grow out during the summer. Will, how was your summer?
Oh, it was good, and actually, maybe moving on to bigger and better things. I got a job interview with the school, Bishop Sycamore, I think it's called.
Really?
So, yeah, I guess they want me on their staff. So,
What are you going to do at the school?
Oh, well, show up on ESPN. That sort of thing.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Awesome. We'll be educators. Fellow educators. That'd be exciting. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone who's excited about that is Dustin.
Hey, video killed the podcast star.
Video killed the podcast. Exactly. See, and all that dying time that you never saw us go and roll our eyes. Now you'll see it. Dustin, Hi. How are you, Dustin?
I'm doing well. This is it's an adjustment for sure.
We're
yeah, I'm doing well.
How was your summer? How was your summer?
It was good. I mean, spent a lot of time at T-Mobile, at the baseball games, and then spent a lot of time studying. That's about it.
Dustin, who works for the Mariners, is the X-ray tech for the Mariners.
Yep.
And how is Kona, our 12-Man Fan Jam Show mascot?
She was so excited for the podcast. She opened the door and let herself out a few minutes ago.
Yeah, she's like, no, I don't want to be no pictures.
Relate.
She's like, she put a little paw up going, no pictures.
Yeah, she did one of these things. Yeah.
Well, I told her we could put a little blue dot over her face.
The skies are bark. Yeah, no, she ain't doing it. That's right, because we're doing this. So I guess it is time to look at the how the format's going to go. But before we do that, we do want to say we do have somebody missing, and I know that's kind of hard to see. But our old buddy Matt from Merry Old England is not with us this evening. Now he's with us, but he's not with us. He's been painting his apartment or his flat, so they say. And he's rather tired, rather knackered. So Matt is taking the evening off, but Matt will be back very soon. And certainly I'm sure he'll be back for the opener next week against the Colts. So while we're doing that, let's look through this format and see how this show is run. It's 4 quarters and a half time, just like a real NFL show. Quarter one, we have news with our news hound, Shadowhawk Will Harrison and his new hairdo. Quarter two, we're going to talk about the preseason review. We're going to review the preseason and highs, had our lows for the preseason. And then halftime, of course, the best Seahawk played trivia game on the internet, Seahawk themed trivia game on the internet. Of course, 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia of the world. And Matt won last week, so we don't have to worry about him. So it's mano y mano, Will versus Dustin.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Yeah, man. Oh, look at this. Already starting. Quarter three, I'm going to do a sermon for the new season as the Reverend Moses. And in quarter four, we will make our mind-blowing Seattle Seahawks season predictions for 2021 like we do every year. So we'd like to remind you before we start, always follow us on our Facebook group, 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We have a great game day thread. Once the season starts, it'll really kick in. Obviously, you're watching this on YouTube. Subscribe to Seahawk Positivity channel. We're on Twitter at Seahawk Positivity. You can email us at 12-Man Fan Jam Show. And now, without further ado, it is time for Shadowhawk Will and the 12-Man Fan Jam Show News Report. Yes, the 12-Man Fan Jam Show News Report brought to us by our own Will and brought to us by our sponsor, the 12-Man Fan Jam Show face mask. Yes, the 12-man Fan Jam Show face mask. Here it is right here. If you can read that backwards, it says 12-man Fan Jam Show. Nothing says stay the hell away from me like a 12-man Fan Jam Show face mask. Not sold in stores. And I'm telling you guys right now, I got this up to my mouth, and the marker that I wrote this out on is getting me higher than a freaking kite right now. I am
sweet.
I am just getting off those fumes, baby.
Yeah, worth the purchase, huh?
Yeah. So it does say 12-man Fan Jam Show very badly and backwards on your cameras. But that being said, I'm going to sit back and just look at the colors while Will entertains us with the news. Will, save us.
Well, Dennis, as you know, there's always some interesting decisions made on cutdown day.
Always.
Seattle only kept 4 wide receivers. Other teams had some other interesting decisions, but I don't think any team topped the Detroit Lions, which had 2 kickers working for them in preseason. And then when it came down time for cutdown day, they cut both of them.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, Randy Bullock and Zane Gonzalez were kicking for the Lions in the preseason, and they both got cut. When asked about this, Coach Dan Campbell said that, quote, "We're going to go for 2 a lot."
What?
Holy crap.
Is he serious?
Well, no, unfortunately.
Okay.
On Wednesday, the Lions claimed Austin Siebert, kicker, who'd been with Cleveland and was in Cincinnati this preseason. So their stint without a kicker only lasted for 1 day, but it would have been interesting to see how this would have worked going forward.
A little bit. My God. Remember, wasn't it the Steelers were always going for it during the season?
Yeah, first thing I thought of when you said that, I thought of the dodgeball announcers, like the whole bold strategy caught. Let's see how this works out for them.
Yeah, it's a bold strategy. Let's see how this works out for him. No kicker. Well, we know, of course, we're laughing at them guys, but let's be honest. We had 2 kickers on our roster for a long time.
Longer than we should have.
And old Kotu just never came out. Kids, if you don't know.
What was that one guy's name anyway? The kicker that we kept that looked like Sling Blade?
It was Kotu, wasn't it? Like Kotu or something?
Yeah,
Brandon. Yeah, Brandon Kotu and then Lando Mari. Were they on?
Lando Mari was the kicker.
Or was that Plackmeyer? Plackmeyer?
No.
I can't remember.
Plackmeyer was the
punter.
Plackmeyer was the punter. Orlando Mari was the guy that Mora threw under the bus all the time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He was good for that.
Yeah,
but
nice guy.
Wow, that's a little scary, but sounds like they're taking care of business, at least getting a kicker. But yeah, we'll go for 2 a lot. Well, the kickoffs are going to be interesting too.
I didn't see the press conference or the interview, but I really hope he was acting serious about that to make everybody think that just for fun.
That would be hysterical.
Imagine just walking out afterwards, just laughing your ass off at those people.
That would be hysterical.
Reading all the news reports, talking about how he was making a potentially disastrous decision.
Yep.
Well, maybe
I would have totally done that.
Well, like he knew, he wasn't going to have a kicker. Come on.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that he made that press conference though and said, "Oh yeah, we're just not going to go with one."
This is 2021, Moses. Anything can happen.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. That's good, Will. What else you got for us?
Well, Moses, last January, I was taking down my Christmas decorations and doing normal stuff and watching a fairly boring wild card game between the Chicago Bears and New Orleans Saints. And
yes,
after a while, I wanted to spice things up a little bit. So I did something I had not done in probably a few decades.
I don't know if we want to hear the rest of this.
I turned
that kind of podcast.
I turned the channel over to Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay.
And they had SpongeBob and all sorts of cool graphics and slime coating the end zone after every touchdown.
They did.
And
they did.
Really breathed a bit of fresh air into an otherwise stale game. And apparently I was not the only one who enjoyed this because Nickelodeon will be doing another wild card game this year. So, and who knows, depending on how things turn out, we could be playing in that game.
Only this time it's going to be real. They're going to actually throw a bucket of slime into the end zone when you score.
I think they need to do that.
That'd be more fun.
Rig it up on the uprights or something. Just dunk it.
And the slime green, so we're good.
Oh yeah, it matches the color scheme.
Yeah.
And
if we wear our green unis for that game, nobody will even notice.
Exactly.
And Russell hosts some kind of award show on there too. Anyways, like fits right in. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sierra. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
the Kids Choice Awards or something.
He was covered in slime, and that's what we had captioned the picture. And here's where Russell was covered in slime, and Statsman Mark. Oh, Statsman Mark.
Oh dear.
Statsman Mark's remarks was Nickelodeon Bukkake, and I'll just leave that right there.
Yeah, it takes as many tokens as it takes, I guess.
Takes as many tokens as it takes, but that was Mark's reaction. I'll never forget that. But yeah, he got slimed a lot on that show, and Matt always makes fun of me because when he hosted that show, is where I realized just how big Russell Wilson's hands are. His hands are huge, and he thought it was funny that I kept making. Yeah, I know, me too. But, but he kept making fun of me, going, "Oh, look at the size of his hands." But so that'll be interesting. Nickelodeon hosting not hosting a wild card game, but broadcasting a wild card game, I guess. Really,
yeah, it'll be simulcast like last year, so you can have the regular version or the slime version. And
they had some girl up there that was like 14 years old that was broadcasting with them, and I don't even think
sounds about right.
Yeah, I didn't think she knew what football was. They were feeding her line. She, oh, that's a blitz, Bob. That's when the quarterback gets sacked by a linebacker, or stupid. But the slime was cool. The slime was cool, and
yes, it was.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, hey, thanks for the news.
Anytime, Moses.
All right. Hey, how we doing? We feel pretty good about this. Zoom. We doing all right?
Oh, we're only through one quarter.
We're through one quarter. Yeah. But let's go ahead and let's finish that one quarter. All right. We made it through one, guys. One zooming episode of your 12-Man Fan Jam show. Woo. Coming up on this zooming episode, 12-Man Fan Jam show, we got a lot of show left. We got a sermon from the Reverend on the upcoming season. We got mind-blowing season predictions. Say what? We're going to talk about the 2021 preseason, and that's coming up right after this.
I'm Mosette, and this is the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Dad, I want you to meet my new boyfriend, Sam.
Is he one of us?
A Seahawk fan? Yeah, Dad, of course.
Yes, sir. I'm a great Seahawks fan. Cam Newton's my favorite player.
Okay, get out. That's it.
Get Dad,
out.
No,
get out. No,
not everything's about football, Dad.
No, man. No.
Holy shit, it's the second quarter.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the second quarter of a rather zoom episode of your 12-Man Fan Jam show, episode 903, the 2021 preseason recap. And that's exactly what we're going to do here in the second quarter. We're going to recap that 2021 preseason. Seahawks finished preseason 1 and 2. They win over the Chargers and they lose against the Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. Dustin, what were your overall thoughts on the preseason? What stood out to you as good? What stood out to you as bad? Offensively, defensively?
I mean, just in general, I thought the whole thing was kind of, it was different. It was interesting. Just the format with the 3 games and then how teams elected to play or sit the players that they did. I thought that was pretty interesting. I know my brother was pretty disappointed about the 3rd game because Russell didn't play at all. And I was surprised because I was under the impression that he would play some. But I was telling him, I was like, I think it was Pete Carroll even said that last year kind of proved that we didn't need a preseason. And they kind of doubled down on that this year. Like, we know the guys that are going to play well, they don't need to go out there and do this. Yeah. And we don't want to risk them getting hurt. Right. So, but I just thought the take was different. That's going to get some getting used to, much like this video format.
Yes.
We do this.
Much like this video format. You're so right. Yeah. Well, real quick, I want to say one of my friends at work, we're football fans. Of course, they know I'm a Seahawk fan. Mm-hmm. And he said, so what'd you think of the preseason? I said, oh, it was the best preseason I've had in years. Russell didn't touch a ball. It was fantastic. Yeah. Because me in preseason is always great throw, Russell, sit down. Great run, Carson, sit down. Great run, Carson, sit down. Great throw, Russell, sit down. Didn't have to worry about that this time. I loved it. No Russell, no Wagner, no problem.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was interesting. We did lose a couple of guys due to injury, which was disappointing, but it really kind of forced the point home even more that we don't need to do this with the players that we're really worried about preserving for the regular season. But at the same time, you have to have enough people to play. So you have to throw guys out there, and you want it to be competitive too. But offensively, I don't feel like there was a whole lot really to talk about or to get excited or not excited about or whatever, just because it was bland and they're not trying to do a whole lot, and we didn't have the right guys in there to showcase some of the cool things that they can do. That's going to happen week 1. Rashad Penny was kind of disappointing.
I'm a little disappointed in you, Dustin.
Why is that?
I'm just going to interrupt you for a minute. I'm a little disappointed because we all know that your favorite player is DJ Dallas.
I was getting there.
Okay, but you said just nothing. I'm like, oh, come on, man, your favorite player. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was looking at that part of it from like a scheme point, because everybody's super excited. We got this new thing going on. We expect it to be this certain way because he's coming from the Rams, and we were kind of anticipate seeing this thing, but we really didn't see too much of that in the preseason, to be honest. And right from the get-go, we had our quarterback hurt in like the first play or two of the preseason, and so there wasn't a whole lot that they were going to do after that other than be conservative, I don't think. So, but DJ Dallas played really well. I enjoyed him and a lot of what he was doing. Alex Collins surprisingly played really well. And then some of the defensive line was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Green was fun to watch. I think the defensive line is going to be solid. I don't think there's any way it can't be, to be honest, with the guys they have and the kind of rotation they have on the ends. It's going to be fun. The cornerback thing is definitely going to be something that I think that's going to be a roller coaster. So we're going to have to get used to that. But I mean, overall, it was different. It was different. Yeah, and it was I'm glad it's over.
It was short
I want
and
to see
sweet,
the real
that's
deal.
what she said.
Yeah. You get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. Will, what do we miss? Anything?
Well, I think Dustin is right. I think last year really proved to a lot of teams that you don't need to play starters in preseason. And the more that takes hold, the more likely that preseason will eventually go away in some shape or form.
Yeah.
I know the owners are pushing for an 18-game season. Originally, they were talking about, 18 regular season, 2 preseason. Now I just say, you know what? 18 regular season, no preseason. Just have some joint practices or whatnot.
Yeah.
I would imagine you could still televise those in the local areas and get some money from it, I would think.
Yeah.
Right. There's ways to get your team ready, and the value is just not there for the preseason games anymore.
No, it's not. It's really not.
But it was fun, of course, to see some football. Daryl Taylor, he was my adopted player.
Yes.
My adopted rookie, even though he's technically a second-year guy, but since he never played last year, that counts.
He's a redshirt rookie.
Well, watching him the first couple of games, I kept thinking, okay, he's playing like somebody who hasn't been on the field in a year. He's just got to settle down. He's just got to calm down a little bit, work on his technique. And there was a great moment in the third game where I just found myself staring at the guy from my seats and like, come on, Daryl, you got this. And I watched him the whole way. And that was his first sack, where he just speed rushed the guy and sacked the quarterback. And that was a perfect moment. So I think, that was great. And D. Eskridge, finally getting him on the field in that third game.
Oh, yeah.
Was great. The jet sweep, I get the feeling we'll see a lot of plays running that concept, either actually doing the jet sweep or
the misdirection
or other things. And then his reception of a pretty high pass.
Nice grab.
He just got up and snatched it and got yardage after the catch. Mm-hmm. So it was fun to see those guys. Yeah, cornerback. I think what we've seen this past week validates the concerns that any one of us have had about our cornerback group, seeing as how our prize cornerback free agent edition is now a Pittsburgh Steeler, and we traded for Sidney Jones and plucked a guy, Nigel Warrior, awesome name, off of waivers. And
Nigel Warrior.
If you guys are on Twitter, go follow Matty F. Brown, does work for Seahawk Maven and whatnot. He's got a great thread with a lot of video clips of Warrior from his previous stints. And, don't sleep on this kid. He may contribute. But yeah, still have some question marks. I am still a little bit nervous about Dwayne Brown until he comes out and says, yes, I am practicing and I will play week 1. I think he will, but I just want to be sure of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready for some real football.
Yeah.
My guess is Brown will end up getting a contract signed is totally my guess. And then Quandre will probably be sometime during the season would be my guess, but we'll see.
Well, and somebody that Will was always excited about, Alton Robinson was really making himself known in the preseason as well. And Will was one of the first people to say, hey, I really like this Alton Robinson kid. And he had a great preseason, I thought.
Yeah. Defensive line had some moments for sure. They're doing pretty well. I think they're going to impress us quite a bit.
I think the thing that impressed Little Mo the most of the preseason was the sleeve that Michael Dixon has come out with on his arm with all those tattoos. He's like, where did that come from? And I said, well, he's Australian. He had some free time, There you go.
Yeah, you need that when you're wrestling gators in the offseason. I'm sorry, Crocs. They wrestle Crocs in the offseason.
That's not a sleeve. This is a slave.
Right.
Assuming they even let you leave your house anymore.
But, no kidding. No kidding. Fair enough. But he looked great. He had that punt that died at the 1. He's got all his different punts.
Oh, that was on target. That was punt porn, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Right? Does not get better than that.
Punt porn. I keep the punt porn music handy. But
well, we're video now, Dennis. We don't need to see that.
Do that anymore.
Yeah, no
punt porn. Sorry, no. We have to no.
But you know about the handy.
Keep the hand handy. No, not doing it. But I have a face for radio, I've always thought. So this we'll find out. But so I mean, the kickers, I thought, Myers missed field goal, but I thought he still looked really solid. Michael Dixon looked fantastic. I think you guys pretty much nailed it. I thought DJ Dallas looked really good. But what about Alex Collins? This is a guy that ran for 1,000 yards a couple years ago, and he looks like he's lost about 20 pounds or 30 pounds to start. Secondly, he's more elusive than he ever was when he's with us the first time. First came in and he was just like he was basically Marshawn Lynch Jr., right? He just run over people. And now he's elusive.
The wish version of Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, basically. And then we cut him. He runs for 1,000 yards for the Ravens. But he looked, I know it's preseason, but his elusiveness and his power, he really did a great job, I thought, in the running game.
He was out there playing with the same guys that Penny was, and Penny wasn't doing a damn thing. So, what he did counts for something, and he looked really good. So
it's going to be interesting as the season goes on. And I know they want Penny to be successful and they want him to get carries. But if, like you said, if he continues to kind of be there, kind of like Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson, Russell's rookie year. He said Matt didn't lose the job. Russell won it. And Matt just kind of was there. If Penny's just kind of there and Collins continues to play the way he plays, I think you're going to see a big change at running back for Seattle.
I think Collins is a better fit for a platoon of backs than Rashad Penny is. I think Penny's the kind of guy where he needs to be your bell cow. You need to hand him the ball 20 to 25 plays a game. And then he gets into a rhythm. That's when he does. Because, he started for us his rookie year and had a 100-yard game.
Yeah.
But that was when he was the man in that game. He was the guy getting all the carries. I think that's what he needs. So I don't think this system is really a good fit for him anymore.
I think you're right.
And then you got Dallas as a third down back who will play third down quite a bit, I'm sure. So I have a feeling one of those guys is going to be inactive quite a bit, I would think.
I would think so. I would definitely think so. We'll see. But any other final thoughts on the preseason? I thought, it's hard to judge my preseason. You have a vanilla offense against a vanilla defense. Nobody's really showing anything, but there was some nice individual play by a lot of people. I think we put on both sides of the ball. So Burton had a wonderful game. Watching Ballore play fullback, play linebacker.
Yeah,
that was interesting. He's always around the ball. He's a little small for a linebacker, I thought, but in a pinch, he'll be there.
And it's great to have Marquise Blair back too, not just on that touchdown, but he had a couple good plays in that game. So
I think it's great to have him back.
For us.
Yeah. Absolutely great to have him.
I think
back.
Eskridge is like 5'9" or something like that. But when he was out there playing, he actually to me looked bigger, especially
he looked bigger. I agree.
Yeah, I was a little surprised.
Of course, the Dustin everyone looks better, but
it's true.
That's another story. But yeah, it was good preseason. So I guess we'll put the preseason to bed. We'll get ready for the regular season. Before we do that, we'll end the second quarter, shall we? Oh, guess what? It's halftime, y'all. And you know what's coming up. We have a sermon coming up. We got mind-blowing predictions coming up. But what's coming up next? The best Seahawk themed trivia game on the internet. And it's going to be Zoomed, people. 12-man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia. And that is next.
Whoa.
Take that.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Yes, it's time for the best Seahawk team trivia game on the internet. We refer to 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia of the world. Our contestants this evening are Will and Dustin, and here are the rules. So here are the rules. It's mano y mano. So mano y mano, you each get a question. You get a point for each question. 5 questions worth 2 points, and then there is an overtime in case there's a tie.
Then a cage match.
And a cage match to the death. No.
Yep.
Maybe not to that. Let's see here.
That's fine.
Dustin, I'll let you tell me. Dustin, are you even or are you odd?
I'll be odd this time.
Dustin is odd. The questions
And I'll get even.
The questions are about the exhibition season. And of course, there's always one crazy one for both of you. So, okay. So, Will, good choice being even, by the way. I picked up on that. So,
Well, thank you.
here you go, Dustin.
Yeah.
Question 1. This is exciting. In the preseason game against Las Vegas, who threw the most passes for the Seahawks? Sean Mannion, Alex Magoo, or Geno Smith? Magoo, good heavens. Magoo did it again. Mannion, Magoo, or Smith? Who threw the most passes against the Raiders?
I tell you what, it's a lot harder to stall for time to think when you can just read it right in front of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think Alex Magoo probably got the most time, but he was kind of trash. I'll say Sean Mannion. I'm not. No, that can't be right either. Alex Magoo, he got the most time, I think. Alex Magoo.
You're beating yourself up over this.
I am.
Yeah. You're going to go with Magoo?
Yeah.
Good heavens, Magoo. Let's see here. For the record, Little Mo said Mannion, and Mosette said Geno Smith. You want to chime in, Will, since you're right there?
What's that?
You want to chime in at all, or you just want to watch him?
I'll just watch.
Watch him flounder, because
Thanks.
yeah, unfortunately, it was Mannion.
Okay.
He almost had it, but then he didn't. So no points for you that time. Will, here is your question, if you so desire, and your question is this:
I have a choice.
Until its demolition in 1999, where would you find Exhibition Stadium? Exhibition season, Exhibition Stadium. See how it works? Exhibition Stadium was in Buffalo, Montreal, or Toronto?
Well, Montreal is Olympic Stadium. I don't think it's exhibition. I am going to say it was in Toronto.
It was in Canada, eh? Was it Toronto, eh? Buffalo is practically Toronto. So it's
What's that all about?
What's that all about? Little Mo Mosette both said Montreal, eh? Oh, no, we. Toronto. Yeah, it's Toronto. Good job.
Woohoo.
Will's on the board. Will's got a point. We all have a point deep down, but oh, we get to see the dancing. That makes it all worthwhile, folks. Right there. That's why we're zooming.
Kind of hard to do the Michael Bennett sack dance when you're sitting down, though.
True.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Dustin?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Dustin. Here's your question. Question 3. In the preseason against the Broncos, how many turnovers did Alex Magoo have?
Too damned many.
1, 2, or 3?
I'm going to say 3 because he was
turnover.
trash.
What?
I'm going to say 3 because he was trash.
3 because he was trash. Little Mo said 3. I think he said because he was trash too.
Yeah.
Mosette said 1. You said 3. Yeah, good job. 2 interceptions and a fall. Yay, he had 3 turnovers. Yay.
Yeah, it's not something I'm going to brag about.
Let's not be proud of that. All right.
Former Seahawk Alex Magoo.
Right.
Yeah.
Question 4. And that goes to Will. In the game against the Chargers, how many sacks did the Seahawks have? 4, 5, or 6? How many against the Chargers? 4, 5, or 6?
I think we had 5.
Think we had 5? Are you confident that we had 5?
I'm pretty sure we had at least 5.
You're gonna go 5?
I'll stick with 5.
You're gonna stick with 5. Mosette said 5. Little Mo said 4. Shut up! All right, there we go. You said 5. Yeah, you got it. 5. Get 5.
Who was on it? No, I was doing sprinkler.
Oh, now he's sprinkler. Man.
1 second.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Don't be doing that belly dance.
What? Oh my God.
Man, who the hell was it that did that? That was
The belly dance or the sprinkler?
belly dance. It was
Bane.
It was
what do you
Bennett.
say?
Bennett.
That was me, Bane.
Me bang. That's right.
Me bang.
Yeah.
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 Oh, Little Mo loved it when he did that. Yeah. Question 5. Dustin, you're on.
Uh-huh.
Back to the preseason game against. Oh no, sorry. No, it's your weird question. In September, a Downton Abbey exhibition again, is set to open in what city? Atlanta, New York, or Chicago? This is your exhibition thing.
A downtown Abbey.
Downton
exhibition.
Abbey, not downtown. The Downton Abbey exhibition. See, exhibition season, preseason.
Like the BBC show?
Yeah. What city is going to have an Downton Abbey exhibition? Is it Atlanta, New York, or Chicago?
I mean, the honest answer is I don't care.
Right. That's what I put in here.
How about New York? They're worldly.
How about New York? They're worldly, he says. Little Mo thought that too. And Mosette said Chicago. Nobody said Atlanta. That's unfortunate because Atlanta is actually the answer, which is weird, but there you go.
Well, it's kind of like they're kind of filming a lot of stuff there and whatnot. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Walking Dead, a bunch of other shows.
And whatnot.
Marvel stuff.
They do whatnot there.
They do.
A
lot of whatnot.
So, Will, you're up 2-1. In the preseason game against Las Vegas, the Raiders, who had the most receptions for the Seahawks? DJ Dallas, Kay Johnson, or Freddie Swain? Who had the most receptions? The Raiders.
I like Johnson. I'm glad he made the practice squad, but I'm going to go Dallas.
Did you say you like Johnson?
I like Kate Johnson.
You owe DJ Dallas?
Yep.
DJ Dallas. Wrong.
Oh,
A little more was that also with DJ Dallas, but it was Cade Wilson, and you do like him, and it's too bad he's gone, but he had the most reception against the Raiders.
No, he's not gone. He's on the practice squad.
Oh, he's on the practice squad? That's good.
Gone.
All right, Oddball, you ready?
Yeah.
Question 7. In the preseason game against the Broncos, who had the most solo tackles for the Seahawks? Nick Bellore, Jordan Brooks, or Trey Flowers? Most solo tackles.
Just for fun, I'm going to go with the fullback, Nick Bellore.
Be silly. I'm going with Bellore. Little Mo went with Bellore. He said, God, I hope it's Bellore. He likes
That'd
Bellore.
be pretty fun if it is.
Yeah, Mosette went with Jordan Brooks. She didn't really care if it was Jordan Brooks. She just, what answer.
That's probably the best answer out of the 3.
Yeah, it probably is. But your answer is this. Yeah, it was Jordan Brooks. Yeah, it was close though.
Yeah.
4s and 6s. Yeah.
It just would have been more fun if it was Bellore.
It would have been. So it's
Trey Flowers.
It's currently 2-1. So Will, you have the final question of this round, and the final question is this: in the preseason game against the Chargers. How many total passes did the Seahawks throw? 30, 32, or 34?
I'll ask the kids.
Oh, okay. Little Mo said 30, and Mosette said 34.
I'll try a page out of Matt's playbook. I'll go 32.
Somewhere Matt is smiling for you. You're going 32, huh?
Yep.
Smiling in his sleep.
Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. there for him or something, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, truth be told, though, he's a bit of a diva. The real reason he's not here is he thought he was having a bad hair day, just so the listeners
Basically,
know.
pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. You were wrong by the way it was 30, so.
That only works for Matt. I don't
only works for Matt. But don't worry, it is 2-1. But don't fear, because you know why? All right. Final question is worth 2 points. It is high or low. The closest without going over will win this edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia. The order will be Dustin will go first and Will go second.
Can you repeat that? That's hard to follow.
Will go.
No. All right.
Dustin will go first. Will go second. What'd I say? Dustin,
No, you said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I was tracking. That's all.
All right,
I've gotten everything else wrong tonight for the most part. So.
That's the spirit.
It's been kind of a crazy night with this whole new stuff. Okay, here we go. Cue the organist.
This newfangled Zoom stuff.
Zoom. Here we go. Final question is this. How many times did Michael Dixon punt in the 2021 preseason? How many punts, Dustin, did Michael, the sleeve Dixon, as I call him, punting Jesus, punt in the 2021 preseason? Punting Jesus, I call him.
Oh, we'll say 14.
Let's say 14, Will. What do you got?
I will go 13.
13. 13. Well, the correct answer is 11.
Nah.
And that means play the Magna PI, baby. Yeah. Will, Magna PI is our 12-man fan jam show. Terrific halftime trivia champion for this episode. Congratulations, Will.
Thank you, Moses.
Where's the dancing? Where's the dancing?
He's like, I'm out of the sprinkler. Sprinkler ran out of water.
At least like do something. There you go. Who cares? Nobody cares. Who cares?
There it is. Doesn't do that superstar.
Doesn't matter. There it is. Because and we all freeze. Yeah, we've got. Okay. Hey, you know what? This has been another crowd-pleasing, heart-stopping, award-winning, fun Zoom-in edition of your 12-man fan jam show halftime trivia
of the world.
We're back with a special sermon by the Moses, Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Church, Seahawk Positivity, and that will be right after this. Congratulations, Will. Well done, man. Nice job.
Yep, strong work, sir.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
It's the third quarter, bitches!
Welcome to the third quarter of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. And now it is time for a quick reading from the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity. Oh, Reverend.
Yes! It is I, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of St. Paul Island Church Positivity, Seahawk Positivity. Gentlemen, how are you this evening? It is so, I've missed you all terribly.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, doing great.
Not bad. It's so good to see all of you, Will. Bless your
all
heart.
Of me, what? There's only
Will,
one of me.
It's bless your heart. It's so good to see you. I know it's refreshing to have something to do on a Friday night, so I know you're glad you're here. Other than giving your cat a bath. But I want to tell you, I gave my cat a bath. It was fantastic. Have you ever given your cat a bath, Will?
Yes, that's why I only have 3 fingers on my right hand.
I see. Well, you're not doing it right there. I gave my cat a bath. He loved it. I loved it. It only took about 3 days to get all the fur out of my tongue, but other than that, it was great. Dustin,
Yeah.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Our time together has been short, and you are even shorter. It's sad, but you know, you're the only guy that looks up to an Oompa Loompa, and I think that's pretty awesome. We all have dreams.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, they make stools and things like that to adjust for the height. I don't know about that radio face.
And they sing, and they sing, and they sing about everything. But
they do. Yeah.
You know, Matt is not with us this evening. I do pray for him. It is so sad. He's sitting on his recliner, you know, eating his bonbons like a queen that he is, getting hired help to help paint his walls. You know, it's the skit, like, you know, it's just really sad. You know, that guy, remember the movie Dom DeLuise from History of the World? He's just kind of sitting on his throne going, pluck a grape into my mouth. More wine. You know, Statsman Markey would get that joke because it's an old movie. But friends, look it up. It is funny. Friends, let us get some church up in here. Here we are. The NFL season is upon us. Such a joyous and wonderful time. I'm happier than that at Chippendales. I am, that the season is starting. Happier than Will at a Gen Con, and happier than Dustin in a liquor closet. Yes, I am a happy man because the season has started. It is happy times. I have had a wonderful time off. Thank you all for asking. I was so worried about y'all and you didn't say anything about me, but don't worry. I will tell you anyway. I had a great summer. I accomplished many things on my bucket list. I will tell you that, like sunbathing nude on top of a McDonald's, riding a donkey in the streets of Chicago, you know, just eat monkey brains, you know, just typical stuff that everyone has on their list. I did some of that.
Monkey brains.
It's made from monkey brains. Meanwhile, my church organist, Cleolanda, as you know, Cleolanda is my church organist. She has gone out into the world on a mission. She took the church credit card and she went out. She is spreading the good word of Seahawk positivity, or at least that's what she tells me she's doing. I don't know. I would have trusted her, boys. Meanwhile, all I see on her social media is pictures of her surrounded by male strippers and liquor. So if I find out that girl is gallivanting around the country on a drunken binge of booze and sex on my credit card, I will pull that baby right now. But supposedly Seahawk positivity is going across the world, and that's what she's doing. So let's get some church up here. Let's get some Seahawk positivity up in ourselves. Friends, I'm so glad to be once again here as we begin our sermon, marching out onto the road to the promised land. And as Seahawk positivity guides us, and the season ahead, it is long, longer than usual, 17 games, and there's much to be done, but we will do it with the power that flows within all of us. Can you feel that power? Feel that power through the Zoom. Do you, Joe? Raise your hands if you feel the power. Raise them. Don't be afraid. It's Zoom. People see what you're doing. Raise your hands like you have a question, but you don't really have a question. Dustin, you know, it's a stretch for you, but just go with it. There you go. And if you believe in the power of Seahawk positivity, let's hear it. I'm in. Nice and loud.
I'm in.
Yes. And if you believe in the power to give our defense the ability to make other offenses hit the ground like a lead parachute filled with cannonballs, let's hear it. I'm in. Nice and loud.
I'm in.
That's heavy. If you believe in the power to do the Macarena, let's hear it. I'm in. Nice and loud.
I'm out on that one.
I'm out. But if you believe in the power of offense, to give Seahawk positivity, to give our offense the ability to score more often than Statsman Mark on 2-for-1 token night at collegegirls.com, let's hear it. I'm in. Nice and loud.
I'm in.
I'm in. Although Mark's going to be hard to talk.
God bless Statsman Mark. We pray for him. We do tokens to all. But all right, put your hands down. They were never up, so it doesn't matter. We are loud and proud, my 12s. We stand together, hopefully fully masked when we do that, but we do stand together or 6 feet apart, depending on how you look at it. We will flatten that curve, and we will flatten the curve, we'll flatten any team that gets in our way because we have the power of Seahawk positivity behind us. So go forth. Go forth and spread the good word of Seahawk Positivity. Praise Larger, praise Cortez, praise Walter Jones, praise Kenny Eastland. This has been your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church Seahawk Positivity. That is the third quarter of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Coming up, our mind-blowing predictions of the Seattle Seahawks season coming up. Right after this. Feel it, brother. Feel it. Feel the power. Grab the back of your computer and feel it.
It's expensive.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Holy shit, it's the fourth quarter.
It is the fourth and final quarter of this Zoom episode of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Will, your cat filter is on.
Yes, it is.
Who is that wonderful kitty cat with you?
This would be April.
April, hi, April. Oh, there's your big sweetie. April. April. I'm watching you, April. All right.
She's probably really feeling the song right now. She's like, what you want? Pull me down.
Meow, 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 meow. All right. So in this quarter, it is time for us to make our amazingly mind-blowing predictions for the Seahawks 2021 season.
Say what?
That's right. But of course, before we do that, before we have our Fan Jam Show mind-blowing predictions for the 2021 Seattle Seahawks season, we have to look back at what we did last year.
I'm sure I nailed mine for sure.
Well,
Oh, yeah. We all did.
Dustin, we all did pretty well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first Matt.
I'm used
I
to
want to
hearing
say
that.
Matt's because Matt's is ridiculous. Matt said we'll score touchdowns on 50% of our opening drives. I have no idea if that worked or not. I'm going to say no, probably.
That sounds like math.
Yeah, we're not mathing in the new.
No.
Signs point no.
No.
So I don't even know if that worked or not. Don't care. I
Good for
said
you, Matt.
Russell Wilson will throw for 40 touchdown passes, and he did. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dustin said Will Dissly will play all 16 games, and he did. He was eligible for all 16. He played 12, I think, but he was on the roster for 16.
Not injured.
Not injured. Will was very good, even though he didn't get it. Will said DK Metcalf will be first team All-Pro. He was second team All-Pro.
That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty good considering wide receiver is such a tough position to get any All-Pros in. So we did pretty good.
Yeah.
Better than you.
But it doesn't matter because now it's time to do our 2021 mind-blowing predictions. Dustin, blow my mind. What do you got?
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. This is a new offense. There's going to be different timing routes with the offense. Russell, I think, is going to be throwing receivers open instead of just bombing it downfield. Have a lot of yards after the catch, right? And I think that's going to lead to an increase in touchdowns, particularly for our wide receivers. So I'm going to say that we're not only going to have one, but two wide receivers with 20 touchdowns this season.
20.
Each.
2 with 20.
2 with 20.
2 with 20.
Yep.
And
Hells yeah.
mercy. 1 with 20 would be amazing, but to have 2 with 20.
Absolutely. But coming off the seasons, was that?
Go big or go home.
That's right.
Yes.
I mean, coming off the seasons last year where they both set franchise records, I mean, that's another one they could do. It's a dynamic duo right there.
I think that would be an NFL record. I don't know any duos that had 20. That would be, wow. Well, you went from Will Dissly playing in all games to this. You really, you went high on this.
Yeah, sure did.
I love it. Will, what you got for us? What's your mind-blowing prediction for the 2021 Seattle Seahawks season?
I'd be careful on the mind-blowing stuff. I've seen scanners.
Yeah.
Yeah, careful.
Yeah.
Well, I am liking what I see so far, even though I really haven't seen much of it yet, but just what I've heard and from what I saw last year of our pass rush, which I think will be much improved over where it was from the start of last season. It'd be hard to be any worse. So I too, like Dustin, I'm going to go big or go home. I'm going to say that we have not one, not two, but 3 players with 8 or more sacks this year.
Ooh.
3 players with 8 or more sacks. Nice. And we won't be talking about the pass rush if that happens.
Yes, we will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. Well, I feel a little wimpy now after hearing those, but I do have a mind. I do pretty good on these. I mean, mine aren't always like, mind blowing, I guess, but
Mine don't always live up to the name of the segment. However,
kind of predictions.
Yeah.
But I think something for me, when I think of the Rams offense the last few years, I think of the offensive coordinator that we have now was from the Rams. One thing that made that team go was the running back. Gurley was the center of that offense. I don't care what anybody says. And Goff is, he's in Detroit now. So, but I think without a running gap, what were you going to say about Jared?
Jared Goff,
yeah. So really that's centered around a running back. Now, obviously Russell is Russell, but I think that Chris Carson is going to have quite the year and he's going to stay healthy. And I think Chris Carson is going to run for over 1,500 yards on the ground this season for your Seattle Seahawks. Say what? 1,500 yards on the ground for Chris Carson.
That'd be awesome.
Because he's on my fantasy team, so I need that.
That's important. Yeah, that is important.
So, Matt's fantasy prediction is that I don't know that he will have a new colored apartment when he's done painting. I guess that would be that's a big thing. So
we will win more than 50% of our coin tosses this year.
Yeah, something like that. I have to. Yeah.
Some tight end will be the leading receiver or something.
Yeah. Last year he was complaining about how old Greg Olsen was, so at least he can't do that this year. But all right,
Olsen was still old. He's just not on the team.
Yeah, he is still definitely old, and we are old. And this first experimental show by Zoom has come to a close. Believe it or not, we made it, guys.
We did it.
Moses,
made it.
Let me take my hat off to you.
There you go. Whoa, look at that. No hair. It's gone. And, I still have.
There you go.
Yeah. Woo! Taking it off on the show for you guys. The hat hit the remote, so that's all right. So anyway, it's time to bring another wonderful, amazing 12-man fan jam show to a class. We hope you enjoyed yourself. If you enjoyed the new format, we'll see what happens here. We'll try to get to at least the next game, see what we do this preseason or not. Still remains to be seen. On behalf of my partner in crime, Matt, wherever he is, whatever he's doing, probably sleeping. Shadowhawk Will, thank you, Will. Thank you, Dustin, as the Beaver. Statsman Mark, Roger Goodell, Mozette Little Mo, Jimmy, Chris, Jose, Carey, Mark, Ty Turner, Mike Pascal, Northern Hawk, Ona, and Will, April. This is your self-appointed Reverend Moses of St. Paul Island Church Seahawk Positivity, who says the second time, until next time, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.